Sadio Mane's PR manager has sensationally claimed the forward's exit from Bayern Munich was not for footballing reasons but because they couldn't understand how an African star was their highest paid player. Mane's £34 million move to Saudi Arabian side Al Nassr was confirmed on Tuesday, bringing the Senegal forward's disastrous spell at Bayern to an end. The 31-year-old, who is set to pocket a staggering £34 million a year, £650,000 a week, has joined up with Cristiano Ronaldo's side in the Saudi Pro League, with Al Nassr having already added the likes of Seko Fofana, Marcelo Brozovic and Alex Telles this summer. Mane only moved to Bayern for £35 million last year, but struggled to settle in Germany and scored just 12 goals for the club, while he also had a high-profile falling out with teammate Leroy Sane. When joining from Liverpool, Mane was reportedly given an annual salary of more than €20 million, £17.3 million, meaning he was one of club's top earners. Mane's high wages combined with his disappointing form meant he was heavily criticized, but Bakary Cisse, Mane's PR manager, hit back at the club's treatment of him and insisted other significant factors played a part in his departure. It wasn't a footballing decision to sell him, he told After Foot RMC. Sadio's salary bothered the Germans. They didn't understand how an African joins the club and becomes the top earner ahead of everyone, so they wanted to get rid of him. They never called the players' representatives. They never told Sadio face to face that they wanted to get rid of him. They just sent Thomas Tuchel to tell him that he will be a third-choice left winger. Sadio has nothing to prove to the Germans. He didn't become what he's become thanks to Bayern. It was thanks to Liverpool. Bayern were ungrateful. They were paying an African all this money, and that hurt them. Cisse continued. He was professional until the end, but the people in charge at Bayern weren't fair. They first leaked to the media they were ready to sell him for €20 million, £17.3 million. But after he returned to training and they saw he was doing well, they raised the price to €30 million, £25.9 million. Sadio didn't steal his money. From the first meeting with Bayern, he gave them his word that he would join, without talking about the salary. His representatives negotiated that salary for him. The forward initially looked to have made a fantastic start to his time at the club, scoring 5 goals before the end of August, and another 6 by the time the Bundesliga broke off for the Qatar World Cup. But an injury just before the tournament saw Mane's involvement for the African champions written off, and would prove to be a turning point in his season. After his return in February, he scored just one goal in all competitions throughout the rest of the season, with Julian Nagelsmann sacked in favor of Tuchel to rescue Bayern's domestic hopes. Mane himself has opened up on his exit, admitting that was not the way he imagined his time with Bayern would come to an end. "Leaving FC Bayern hurts me," he told Sky Sports this week. "I would have wished for a different ending. I know that I could have helped the team this season. I wanted to prove it to everyone this season. Nevertheless, I only wish the club and the fans the best for the future." Bayern boss Thomas Tuchel also admitted regret at the way Mane's time at the club had turned out. "We had a big hug," the German manager began. "We agreed that we don't like what's happening now but that it's the best in this situation. I totally understand that he feels hurt. I also don't feel happy. We didn't bring it to the full potential, which is my responsibility.